night news, 11:04 p.m. on this late Tuesday night, July 9th, 2019. It is time now for the Peter Channel. Late night news on this late Tuesday night, July 9th, 2019. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It's 11:04 on this late Tuesday night, and we have a temperature of 64 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel. Late night news is Jeffrey Epstein was a terrific guy. Donald Trump, what's that now? He's not a fan. Judge blocks DOJ motion to withdraw. Legal team on census case. AOC pushes back at Pelosi, says House Speaker belittled of progressive puzzling. Middle class Joe, no more. Biden earned a $50 million since leaving office. UK Ambassador Jerry Hunt calls Trump's comments disrespectful. Federal appeal court grills Democratic lawyers on whether ACA or Obamacare is constitutional. Ross Perot, billionaire tycoon and two-time presidential candidate, dies at 89. Father who called 911 and black men in his building explains his actions, apologized. Killed a teen who lives in a rap music should be treated as a hate crime, activist said. Family demands civil rights probe after 17-year-old girl was killed by Fulton police. Mexico's finance minister quits abruptly, sending pennies to Timberland. U.S. wants military coalition and safeguard borders off Iran and Yemen. Trump and migrant flow across U.S.-Mexico border in June. Greece is experimental populism holds lessons for Europe. DA's office IDs couple killed in Plainville crash. Fed Chair Powell heads at Capitol Hill. What the? Dow post 3 days flat as Wall Street awaits Powell testimony. Looking at stocks today. How? Down 22.65, 26.783, port 49, SP 5 up 3.68 at 29.79.63, and the Nasdaq up 43.35 at 8141.73. Stearns Linden files Chapter 11 brink with their border rate increases. Lots of rich people in space is better business than Uber somehow. Saturn's rings will be visible as planet begins its close pass by Earth. Interstellar Iranism isn't, it's just hiding in plain sight. Arizona City played critical role in moon exploration history. Most supplementary the dietary changes do squat for your heart, large research review finds. CDC investigating red type of paralysis in children. Maricopa County sees increase in case of West Nile virus. Look at that sock. Look at that news from the wires. The Volkswagen Beagle will pour out production this week after 82 years and 3 different models. MPs legalize sex marriage in Northern Ireland. IRS at the southwestern border dropped 20% in June from the month previously. The Department of Homeland Security announced Tuesday. University of Texas Austin to give free tuition to make families making less than $65,000. Castman's officials seized ship involved in $1 billion cocaine bust. Judge blocks Justice Department from swapping lawyer in a census Russian case. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf on Tuesday announced plans to spend $90 million to upgrade the state's voting machines. A Manhattan federal appeals court ruled Tuesday that President Trump can't block his critics on Twitter. Virginia General Assembly adjourned a civil gun control debate Tuesday without sending any legislative committees for debate. The next phase set Scott mission from Florida to the United States to carry a record number of payloads from the private companies. Peter Chaludusov is 1108. Look at some news from the Sun Chronicle. Woman denies charges she served as an Attleboro robbery getaway driver with kids in car. Women children would not eat fish from North Attleboro Pond. When on fire chief and critical leadership fund were the motorcycle crash. Lawyer says Northern woman is made of sexual assault allegation. It's not good news for drivers as but gasoline prices continue to rise in Massachusetts. Lakeville, Tom man on the Bristol County's district attorney's most wanted list of fugitives was arrested early Monday morning in Lakeville, according to the police department's Facebook page. Pilot program succeeds Bridgewater business with Narcan. A truck trailer rolled over. Virgin on the route 24 to bound and sold about 4:45 p.m. Tuesday. The driver received minor injuries and was transported via ambulance to Boston Medical Center. Houston developer says Eastern Foundry site is free of contamination. East Bridgewater Veterans Age is set to retire at the end of July. The 8 closed cops in 2018 courthouse of 7 gun death. 12 years later, Buckeye Rally keeps murdered Wayne McGill's memory alive. Boston asked Majority Leader Ron Maynard urged colleagues Tuesday to advance legislature to require additional air quality monitoring comparison stations. Peter Choldusov, 11:09, time out for a sports report. Boston Red Sox over the Yale All-Stars over the NL All-Stars in the MLB All-Star game in Cleveland, 4-3. Danny Green decided to join Lakers free agency. And Bellarmine All-Star Bellarmine softball game at Wheaton College. Not police fire over Wheaton College, 9-2. Peter Choldusov, 11:10 on this late Tuesday night. Time now for Peter Chill traffic and transit check. Baby! On the MBTA, looking good in the subway coming around ferries. All right. Highways and byways in New England on this Tuesday night. Rhode Island, it's looking good. Suburban Expressway, southbound side between the gas station, Dutchess and the Main Street split. Suburban Expressway, northbound side between the gas station and downtown Boston. Mass Pike, eastbound side, low slope between Putonoy and Suburban Expressway. Route 1, the northbound side, low slope between Chilton and Charlestown. 95, northbound side, 120 out in Peabody. 190, southbound side, so Leominster stretch. Mass Pike, eastbound side, so the Westfield stretch. 91, northbound side between 291 and the 120 Windlocks. 84, eastbound side, slow around the Newtown stretch. And 84, westbound side, so the Newtown stretch. 84 eastbound side, so the Waterbury, Connecticut. Bear Parkway, eastbound side, so the Fairfield stretch. 95 northbound side before Route 91, New Haven. Route 9 southbound side, also head to Old Saybrook. Up and over New England, 495 on the northbound side, also the Havel stretch. Main turbine on the northbound side, between the main turbine and Farmers Spur. And up and over New England, 87 on the southbound side, also on the upstate New York. And onward 59 on the northbound side, so South Quebec and towards Montreal. Peter Choldusov, 11:11, time now for a weather report tonight. Mostly good out with a low at 62 degrees. Lot west wind for Wednesday, most nights about 89 degrees. Not variable wind. One night, part to about 64 degrees, south to about 5 miles coming in the evening for Thursday. Most nights about 85 degrees, south to about 5 to 10 miles an hour for Thursday night. Rain like May after 11 p.m. Most of the about 68 degrees, south to about 8 miles an hour, chance for 6%. Friday, showers like possibly a thunderstorm rain for 5 p.m. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms up to 5 p.m. Most of the about 84 degrees, and southwest about 5 to 7 miles an hour, chance for 6%. Friday night, a chance of showers before 8 p.m. Mostly cost cover 67 degrees, and southwest about 3 to 6 miles an hour, chance for 30%. Saturday, southern most coast about 88 about 67 degrees. West about 6 miles an hour, shoulder southwest about 3 to 6 miles an hour for Sunday. Most southern coast about 88 about 65 degrees. West about 3 to 7 miles an hour for Monday. Southern most coast about 86 about 64 degrees. Light northwest wind, driven to light south wind. And Tuesday, sun's about 87 degrees. Light common coming southwest about 6 miles in the afternoon. Right now, Northern 64 and fair. That's me for the Peter Channel. Late night news on this late Tuesday night, July 9th, 2019. Peter was with you. Good night with a good 5 days. I'll see you tomorrow morning with a more important. You have a good night.